Oh, I got their ass now. Check this out. Your entire life, you've been wondering, especially now. After they got rid of those airships, they implemented these, right? These are airplanes, okay? Now, I'm going to say this with my chest and I'm going to stick by this no matter what. I don't care what anybody says. These right here run on air. I'm going to show it and I'm going to prove it to you because it's a big, ruse, deception that they put over your eyes, and I'm going to show you. Now look, this is an airplane. These are most commercial liners. You ask any pilot, you ask any of these people, any of them, they could be watching this right now. They're going to tell you the fuel is in the wings. They're going to tell you it's in the wings. You heard your entire life. You see it here. You can look on diagrams. You can look on their little blueprints. Fuel is in the wings. First of all, if you're an engineer, why would you put the fuel in the wings? Now, they're going to tell you some bullshit like, oh, to balance the plane so that you're not going to put the fuel in the wings. You're not going to put the fuel in the wings because there's too many components. You know how many flaps and things that are inside of these wings? I'm about to show you out right now. Look. So as you can see, there's a problem here. You got a lot of components in this wing. And as you can see here, this is a breakdown from the Britannica that actually admits, and I will show you, that there are no fuel tanks here. You look at the whole brain, take a look at that. Y'all can freeze frame and do what y'all want to do. This is not my fault. They messed up, and I'm going to show you. First of all, let's just remember, they want to tell you that the fuel is in the wings. And they want to tell you it's in there to balance the plane. Look at the wings. Look at the wings, okay? Who is putting the fuel in there? Let me show you how much fuel goes into these planes and how much they're telling you is in there. According to the Airbus A380 specifications, each wing can hold 38,569 gallons. 38,000, yes, I said that correctly, 38. Goddamn 1,500. Are you fucking kidding me? In the wings? Whose idea was, yo, let's let's make sure we make a space in the wings for all of this highly flammable jet fuel. That's a great engineering idea. Come on. Look, this jet refueler has a 10,000 gallon capacity. Look, that has a 10,000 gallon capacity. But they want to tell you that this has a specification that inside the wings, it can fit 3 times the... Why y'all playing with me, man? According to the official narrative, the Airbus A380 has a capacity for 120 tons of fuel in each wing. Look at those wings. Why did we even let them fool us into thinking that this was legitimate? You have got to be kidding me. If you look at this structure right here, you're going to want this to be as light, strong, and as light as possible, just like a bird's wing. You don't want anything in here. Definitely not tons of fuel, okay? If you did have fuel, you'd put it on the back end belly of this here. There would be nowhere else to put the fuel at. So I don't even know why they even tried to lie and say there was fuel in there. We're going to blow this. At 38,569 gallons, this is basically the calculation right there. The estimated weight is 116 tons. That's 20 adult elephants on each wing. Who's engineering a plane so that it has 20? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the Concorde. Where were 100 tons of fuel stored in the Concorde? That's the specification. Oh, they're going to tell you that. Yeah. 100 in the wings. This is the Concorde. Fastest plane ever built. Look at it. Breaks the sound barrier. Look at it. You think you're going to put some highly flammable, just think, you're going to put the highly flammable substance in the one part of the plane that takes the most part of the stress, which is the wings. It needs to be the thinnest and strongest. Did nobody think about this? Come on, man. Yeah, I know y'all waking up now. This is basically a turbine engine. And basically what it does is it sucks air in, like a turbo. It sucks air in. And when it sucks the air in, you see those big fans as they get smaller and tight? It sucks the air in and then it starts to compress it. And then it gets to here and it compresses it more and it shoots it out. That creates compression. It does the same thing up here. These are compressed air engines. Basically, the plane runs on air. It just sucks the air out the front. The only thing the plane may need some fuel for is takeoff. That's why when the plane does take off, you hear like a tiny little bit of turbulence, like shh, like a rocket a little bit. And then after that, the plane just takes off and you hear absolutely nothing. Sound. Because the plane is now sucking in and taking on air. It is not running on fuel. That is complete bullshit. This is the inside of a wing. Take a look. There's no section in there for fuel. You wouldn't put a section in there for fuel, so there isn't one. That's what it looks like when you open a plane wing. This is another one right here. Look at that. Look, you see the piece of the plane? You see that? That's like a cross section. Like I just came like Magneto. Cut it right in half. Take a look. Where would you put the fuel in there? Where would you put these tons of fuel they telling us stored in the wings? There's no fuel in there, man. It's ran on air. Think about it. Like, doesn't it make more sense? Big, huge air turbines, they suck in the air and they propulsion, just pull the plane forward. That's why the plane's mad silent while you're going through the air. You ever notice, look at how big the plane is. Plane is like, 2, 3 planes might make up a rocket. Look at how much fuel a rocket burns just to go all the way up in the air and how much flames it gives off. You're telling me a plane's just gonna be taking off as big as it is and it's not giving off no flames or doing nothing like a rocket, but it's burning fuel like that? Nobody thought about that? The rocket burning fuel, you see that. Plane ain't burning nothing. Watch this. So as you can see, that plane took off nice, smooth, no burn, no after, no fire, no nothing. It's a big, huge plane taking off. Supposedly burning mad fuel. Nothing. What did you see? Air. Now let's take a look at the stress test because I did one more thought that they weren't going to figure out. I said to myself, they do stress tests on these planes, right? So when they do the stress tests on these planes, I'm pretty sure if they're putting fuel in the wings, they're going to put some kind of liquid or fuel in the wing when they stress test it, right? Let's take a look. No liquid. So let's just keep it a buck. If that was their stress test, they didn't even put any liquid in the wing. Where are those tons and gallons of liquid that you put in there to test it so that you can see how it will react in real time with all that fuel in it? But come on, man. Airplanes fly on compressed air. Jet engine is a free energy machine. Now you know.